That being said, I think it's time to draft a new franchise quarterback. And if you're the Seahawks,
Are you ready this season, or
point,
do you want to wait till next year and the class is stronger? Because I will give you now, in case you don't know, you're not aware, this year's class is very, very lineman and defense driven. It's not quarterback
it's not
friendly.
a quarterback class.
Nope, not even receiver, but there's maybe 2 or 3 receivers. There's some under the radar guys. Don't get me wrong.
well,
Keep in mind, Archie Manning could come out next year, and he looks phenomenal.
I wanted him.
I know. So
I'm glad Bo Nix is working out, but that would have been a cool story.
with that being said,
because you don't want the Seahawks to throw away.
I
next
don't really
season.
follow college football enough. But if I'm going off what you're telling me, then it would make sense to wait another season.
I have a proposition. You let go of Geno Smith this year and Sam Howell. Guess who's a free agent? You get yourself a bridge quarterback in Sam Darnold.
I think, yep, I saw that coming.
Why not?
You think the Vikings are going to let go of
He's
him?
doing it with Jettas, baby. He can do it with.
No, absolutely. But you think the Vikings are going to... I don't think the Vikings
I'm
are going
gonna
to
tell you why I
They
think
have
they're gonna
Danny
get rid of
Dimes
him.
and J.J. McCarthy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I can see.
he's getting it done for them. This Sam Darnold is getting it done for them this season.
What's their quarterback or their coach's name?
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. I can see Kevin O'Connell's vision. I don't know why that slipped my mind. I can see Kevin O'Connell's vision right now.
Yep.
Danny Dimes is a prodigy of Sam Darnold. It's a repeating history. To let JJ sit for as much more time as he needs. He's doing this very safely and smartly for the sake of JJ's career.
Look at
JJ has the tangible skills. It's just not applied to the pro level yet.
Look at the contract Baker Mayfield got. That's what Sam Darnold's going to be looking for. He's not going to be looking to stay with the Vikings for a charity.
Then that allows you guys to go get a young guy and let him sit and develop. And if he does fall through, you void the contract, eat the money, and start the guy young.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a lot of options at quarterback this year, but Sam Darnold is an interesting name to keep in mind, right?
With all being said, if Sam Darnold is a free agent, absolutely scoop him up. Put him on that offense,
I'm
see what he can
saying,
do.
So how much would you be willing to pay him?
I
Would you
don't
be
know if
willing
that's. I
to
don't
give
think now's the
him-
time to break numbers.
Would you be willing
the
to
question
give him
now is, are you
Baker
willing to get
Mayfield
rid
money?
of Geno and move to an option like that?
Absolutely. I
Yes.
think we're done with Geno. I mean, he's not doing it for us. I mean, he's great with the amount of yards.
I just pray
but
this roster doesn't fall apart before it's too late.
yeah, we need to
getting
keep
there.
together DK Metcalf and JSN and Tyler. We have so much
Tyler
talent.
Lockett might be gone after this year. Kenneth Walker's
well,
not going to last
Tyler
much
Lockett's
longer.
also getting older.
He protects his body, but
Dom, I told you at the beginning of the season that this conversation was going to come, and sure enough, it came. This
It's
season.
just we can't rely on Geno anymore. It's just the red zone turnovers
When
are
could you?
killing game
That's why I
after
said
game.
watch out for Sam Darnold. You never know what this offseason can entail.
But the
That's the only
Seahawks'
big
whole
name.
dynamic of their offense has changed from
what are
the
you going
first
to do?
3
Sign
games of the
Jameis
season.
Winston?
No, hear me out.
I'm listening.
The Seahawks' whole offense, like the dynamic of it and how they run it, has completely changed from the beginning of the
Because there's
season.
no identity anymore.
Exactly. So why don't the Seahawks just do what they did the first 3 games when they went 3-0, beating the Broncos and whatever other teams they
Because
played?
the morale, you can't just say that in football.
Patriots.
Football is very much so situational and morale based. The morale in that locker room is fizzling with each loss. You haven't had
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker in 3 games.
Yeah, but Charbonnet's picking up for
It doesn't matter. Kenneth Walker is a leader. When he's on the field, his presence is felt.
Is Charbonnet picking up for him? He had a great game last week, but he had 8 rushes for 54 yards. He had a touchdown.
I got you a
but-
touchdown, but other than that, I mean, and the touchdown was not that. It was an 18-yard touchdown. I mean, I'm not saying he's having a piss poor game.
Well,
We
this
know
is what we
Charbonnet's
have to
good.
do. It's time will tell. Time will tell.
I just think that Sam Darnold's a name to watch out for.
Absolutely, I agree.
I think
agree.
they would have to pay him a lot of money.
But JSN is looking better.
Because you said he is the only option this
Exactly.
offseason.
That's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
what are teams going to do? They have to pay Sam Darnold.
But what other teams are going to be willing to? They have a justifiable reason to give him the money. They think their roster is still good enough to win a playoff game.
But is Sam Darnold the one? Because every
He's
team's
fucking 12-2 with the
Yeah.
Vikings.
I think the Seahawks have a Super
and I
Bowl
could
worthy
argue that
roster.
they have a better defense and the Vikings have more pieces of there.
And offensive guys.
I
to
would
look
argue
out
the
for.
Seahawks are definitely a Super Bowl worthy roster as a whole. But I said this before on this podcast, and I'm going to say it again here. I do not trust Sam Darnold. I do not like Sam Darnold as a player. I do not think he will ever win a Super Bowl. He might win you a playoff game, but not because of him. It'll
And
be
right
because
now,
of who's
that's all they're
around him.
going for. I mean, you can't. Ideally, I don't know
With
if the
this
Super Bowl
roster.
is
Why?
Super Bowl in the,
They
yeah.
have Leonard Williams playing like a defensive player of the year. They have 2 great
a
corners.
monster.
They have
He's a
Kenneth
monster.
Walker, DK Metcalf,
More the reason
JSN,
why we
Tyler
need to figure
Lockett,
this
Noah
out. More
Fant.
the reason why you give the money. More the reason why you take that risk.
Well, we may
But
not
Sam
see
Darnold's
players
not-
like this for a long
Exactly.
time.
Sam
so-
Darnold's not going to be the one to get you there.
All you guys are
I
under
disagree.
contract. You might as well secure the one spot Because look, at face value, and I know I keep saying this, for what it is, you look at Sam Darnold, the guy turned his season around, and then you look, okay, well, history repeats itself. Look what Baker's done. He's now arguably going to win the division this season after he lost all of his offensive pieces for a 5-6 week stretch.
An incredible player.
But why can't Sam Darnold be that too?
Because he hasn't shown.
But he can.
But he can.
has.
He is. He's currently doing it.
Yes.
No, well,
He did it last night.
no, he didn't.
He threw one interception. Yes, he didn't have the best game that he's had the last few weeks. But he's winning football games, and he's doing enough. Geno isn't doing enough. Sam Howell isn't doing enough.
Okay, so with that being
Hold
said,
on, let me say what I'm trying to say.
no. Let's cycle into the Bears and Vikings game, which was another Monday Night Football game. Sam
not
Darnold
on
went
the
24 for 40, 231 yards, and a touchdown and a pick. That's not the best stat line,
But it's winning football games.
But it is.
Vikings
But
took that game
here's my point.
in a dominant performance.
Sam Darnold has a very good supporting cast around him. Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, Justin
Mike
Jefferson, Jordan
McDonald's
Addison.
staff is arguably
Yes.
a good staff.
DK Metcalf, JSN, Tyler
No,
Lockett.
not even the players, not even the personnel. Do you like Mike McDonald as the head coach?
I think he has potential. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, and right now the defense is producing when it is there. Yes, last night they didn't
The
hold the
Seahawks
Packers.
have a good team. But
No, I don't.
what we were comparing him to was Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield was without
Yeah, but
Chris
you're talking
Godwin.
about a supporting cast.
Without
I think
this is
I
a
think
supporting
the-
cast.
Yes, but I think the Seahawks,
Seahawks
supporting
have
cast
the
is their
supporting
their
cast.
young coach.
Arguably
I think
better
the
than
supporting
the
you
cast
guys were-
is DK and
You guys
JSN.
don't let me talk.
Go for it.
What you guys were trying to say earlier before we started talking about the Vikings game is Baker Mayfield carrying this team for a while without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin. Now he has Mike Evans back, and they're now competing for the division as they always were, especially now that the Falcons have fallen down. Sam Darnold hasn't carried this team. He has Aaron Jones, Cam Akers, who they
You could
traded
argue
for,
though,
Justin
Deering,
Jefferson,
when
Jordan
when I
Addison.
say caring, I shouldn't say caring. That's a misuse
TJ
of
Hawkinson
words.
is back.
Because Baker wasn't winning those games. He was competing in those games. He went on a 4 or 5 game losing streak. He started winning football games 2 weeks before Mike Evans came back, and that's when I proposed to you guys: is it still safe to say they could win their division back and get those games won? And he has done every single bit of that.
But let's
Darnold has faced so much adversity in his career.
So let me ask you:
Go for it.
take Sam Darnold and put him on that Bucs team without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin. Do you think they have similar results where they're competing, or do you think they lose hope?
It's hard to say. I mean, why would speculate?
Listen.
Regardless of this,
Guys, listen. I think that Sam Darnold will be a good match for the Seahawks if the cards fall correctly. With that
don't.
being said, the only way we'll know is
if
if
it happens.
Here's
Yes.
another thing for you. Dom has said the Seahawks offensive line doesn't play up to par, right?
yeah.
Sam Darnold is not a guy that's going to scramble around, make
Yeah,
something
whoa,
out of
whoa,
nothing.
whoa.
Okay,
He
but
can.
he can.
He's done it to us.
But it's not.
He can, but can he do it consistently?
Listen, what is Patrick Mahomes so good at? Getting the ball out quick.
Are you comparing Sam Darnold to Patrick Mahomes?
No, but one thing Darnold has been doing is sitting in
Yes.
the pocket and letting it rip.
Because he can now.
You're
He
telling
has the
So
option.
wait, are you telling me that Jackson Smith-Njigba and DK Metcalf and all these other
I think
young
these receivers would be
threats aren't-
great for him. But will your offensive line
argue
hold
that their
up?
weapons
Especially
are all
Okay,
there.
but now
especially
you're
because
being
you'd
nitpicky.
have to pay Sam Darnold so much, you'd have to lose.
At this
other
point, what does it
pieces.
matter? You
Yeah.
already have everyone under contract.
What do you have to
the one
lose?
position. Thank you. You might as well pay the quarterback.
We have JSN now.
But do
we
you
have
want him to
DK
be
and
that
like Tom
quarterback?
said, if all fails, even with Darnold, then you fucking cut ties and you draft the quarterback. You're gonna have to do it eventually.
You're gonna have to give Sam Darnold a huge contract. Is it that easy to cut
We don't
ties?
know that, though. What
Because
if
the
he's
only reason
willing-
we're successful is because the guy we drafted is good. What if he wasn't? What if he didn't?
Yeah, and
play
that-
this
that's
year?
the
What if
same
we started-
gamble we're gonna
What if we
take.
started
That's the
Jarrett
gamble
Stidham
that
this
they
year?
have to take. That's
Exactly.
the gamble
That's
that we've been
the
taking.
gamble every NFL team
That's
has to
the
make at
gamble
some
we've been
point.
taking
The
for 8
Falcons took
years.
that gamble with Kirk Cousins,
And it
look at
didn't
where
work.
they
And
are.
But
we
it
won't
worked
know.
for the
And we won't
Broncos.
know until the end. the
Time
next
will
4
tell.
games.
Are you? So you as a Seahawks fan are willing to take the gamble that Sam Darnold comes onto your team and returns to his Jets form? You're willing to take
I
that
will
gamble.
take that gamble because looking at him right now, statistically
What else?
wise,
So yeah, exactly. Look at ceiling and floors. Is Geno's floor that much higher?
I wouldn't keep
I mean,
Geno.
we
I
took
wouldn't keep
Geno from
Geno.
the Jets. He sat under Russell Wilson, then came back and played arguably very good his first 2 starts with the
Pro Bowl
Seahawks.
first season.
And he had over a
He
70%
led them to the
completion
playoffs.
percentage.
He did. I just don't see Sam Darnold having that same success with this team.
Look, I don't think the Seahawks are shooting for a Super Bowl, and I think they're shooting for success
I think they
and
could be.
consistency in the playoffs.
I think they could be.
Absolutely. I think every team could be with the right people.
I don't know about any
And
team
the
could
right
be with the
luck.
right people. Yeah, the Browns could be if they had Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase together. Sure.
And I guess the Patriots could be if Tom Brady came out of retirement. I mean,
They could be, but they're not because that didn't
exactly. It's a gamble
So-
you have to take.
happen. Do you think the Seahawks roster right
so
now?
let's change. No. I'm gonna flip this on you. If you were in the
Go
Seahawks position, what are you doing? You riding out with Gino?
No.
So what?
So who the fuck do you go with?
Yeah,
then?
I would try to draft a quarterback. Where are they in the draft position now? They got to be at like
they're
what,
gonna
15?
they're gonna be between.
Yeah, they're
18
right in the
and
middle.
18 and
They're
11, we'll say.
Here's what I would do.
They're where we were last year.
Take Tyler Lockett, package him with
You're
some
not getting
picks,
more than a fifth for that
Yeah,
guy. Or
he's too
six.
old.
He's too
package
old.
him with some, not training by himself,
Okay.
package him with some other picks, get another first round pick, late first round. Then you try to take those two picks
For
and
who?
move up.
Shador and Cam Ward?
Maybe.
Are they your answer at quarterback?
Okay,
or
but-
they're your
but
archetype
Nick,
for a
I like
quarterback?
Shador. I
Nick,
like Shador.
Nick, what I'm saying
Is
is
it perfect timing in Seattle?
You take Sam Darnold.
Only the
you
real
give
Shador
him
fans will get that
big-
reference.
Hold on one
Sorry,
second.
I had to point that out. My bad.
You give Sam Darnold this big contract.
Yep.
It turns out good. Well,
Turns
it
out
turned out good. If it turns out bad,
Either way, you're drafting a
yes.
guy.
If it turns out bad, you get a high draft pick
But
and
now
you
you're
draft somebody.
stuck with all this cap,
No,
We said the same thing
Yeah.
last offseason.
and we are stuck. We're not going to sign anybody this offseason.
What are you talking about? They cleared $59 million, and when we were in $90 million in cap hell, the Broncos moved so
can't
much
do that
money.
again.
You don't know that, buddy. Have
Who are
you
we going to get
seen-
rid of?
I guarantee you, Sean Payton is going to find ways they're going to spend money.
He
this
didn't with the
offseason.
Saints.
Do you know how much money they were eating between Michael Thomas, fucking Drew Brees, Jimmy Graham, I think was still there at the time, Demario
Look at our
Davis,
offensive
Marshawn
line.
Lattimore on his first contract extension, Alvin Kamara on his first two contracts. You got to realize they had 9 to.
Alvin Kamara was only getting like 18 mil. It
doesn't matter. They were getting-
That's only like
But the cap was not the same that it is now. You realize the cap increases every year.
it does.
It's just like economy, it changes yearly. It's a
It does.
completely
I'll
different
give you
thing.
that.
And they don't have nearly as many star-paid players as the Saints had during that.
But they will eventually.
But right now they don't. All their guys are under contracts for the foreseeable
They're
future.
gonna have to give
which
Sam
means all
Darnold,
that's
like, a
left
4-year
is the
deal.
quarterback position.
They're going to have to give Sam Darnold a 4-year deal.
We don't even know that Sam Darnold is going to get the market he's demanding. What if they come out and negotiate and they get him for the fucking safest deal? Or better yet, they get him on a 1-year, $8 million deal,
I would do that.
which he's on. There we go. So we'll meet in
I
the
would
middle.
do that. But
I'm not saying extend him
based
to a
on
3-year
what
deal.
based on what I think he's going to want and what he's going to get, I wouldn't do it. If Seattle can get him or another team can get him 10 million or lower, even 15 million or lower on a 1 or 2 year deal, I would
15,
do
okay.
it.
okay.
I would do it.
Then we'll leave it at that. And then guess what? We'll tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
With that being
Clip
said,
it.